I recently did a series of videos on caliber change on a Dillon XL650. I went from 223 to 357 Magnum, and everything went well except for I've never used the H110 or any of the fine powders. I pretty much have used Varget and Unique, and those are the only powders I use for the most part. And so I put the H110, which is super fine. It makes this stuff here look like rocks. And had a big problem with it just pouring powder all over the shell plate, which anybody who's been doing any reloading knows that just jams things up. So the experiment I'm doing is I'm suspicious of the thin powder measure, with multiple moving parts and places for it to hang up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in the fat one, and that's only if it'll go to the minimum for 357 Magnum, and I think it will, but only one way to find out. There's only one way this video is getting put up, is if I can fix this powder spill thing, which is driving me nuts, and this is going to be experimenting while I'm filming, and if it doesn't work, I'm not even going to bother to put it up. So let's see what happens. So what I'm thinking is maybe this bar is being maxed out, and also it's like a big drawer, it slides along and dumps the powder, where I might try the heavy load bar, but they don't specify what these will put out as far as grains, because there's so many different powders. So first I need to confirm that this thing will be able to take that much of a charge, or I'm sorry, that less of a charge. So I'm going to do that. I'll show you how I do that. So the way I'm going to do that is I'm just going to sit this bar on a flat piece of metal, and I'm going to make it so that it's the least amount of charge there is, and then I'm going to go ahead and go get me a charge of powder out of my other powder measure and see if it works. And I'm just going to grab a powder charge, and we'll see if it fits in there. So this void right here is where the powder goes, and I got my 18.5 grains in here, and if I can't fill this thing up, then it's not going to work. And I can fill it up. So let me dump the extra there. Yes, I got plenty of room. So I'm going to go ahead and change that bar and see if maybe that'll take care of the problem. So if I wanted to, I could actually adjust this powder measure right here, but I'm not going to do that. I do know that I can turn it maybe about that much and be in the ballpark when we put this thing on. But if it doesn't work, I ain't putting the video up. So if you've never seen how to change this bar, just in case, I'll throw it in there, because it's actually pretty easy. Man, this is some fine stuff, that's for sure. Then I'm going to cycle it and dump it. It'll actually hold a couple charges in there, and then I'll start to take it apart. Now this is really easy. This pin here, I don't know if you can see that, actually holds this upper block here. That's all going to be coming out because we're putting one big fat block in there. I'm going to take a 3/8 wrench, Allen wrench. We're just going to loosen this guy up until it lifts off this bar here. I'm just going to pull the whole rig out. It's just that simple. I'm going to take this new one, put it in, and you can see where this little plastic square fits into the side of that thing. And then we're going to take the Allen wrench, tighten it up till it stops, and then back it off just a hair. You want just a little bit of drag there. And we'll go ahead and set that up and see how it works. Now here are my thoughts on why I think this might work. This is the one that I just installed, or one just like it. The powder's just going to drop right in, right through. Where the lower dosage powder measures, it's going to drop it inside this block. It's going to drop it inside that block. And this is how it dispenses it. So, there's a lot of room for, I guess, powder to be sitting around. See that? So, I don't know. Hope it works. We'll see. Feels pretty good. So now it's the same old drill. get it adjusted, and then I'll load some, see if it makes a mess. The adjustment part is in the last video. Alright, getting close. I'm looking for 18.5. Cycle that sucker. And we'll see what we got. Look at that. Nice. Now I'll reload some, see if it works. I'll tell you what, I'm thrilled with this. That totally solved it. I don't see anything getting on there, and I'll try to get the camera in close, and then just give you some final words on this. And I'm actually going to take the machine apart and clean the rest of the powder out and start with a nice clean machine again. Now, I don't know if you could see it on the other video, but it was just sprinkling powder all over the shell plate every time. I really don't see anything. Of course, one of the downfalls, let me stop reloading here. One of the downfalls is you're not going to be able to reload, obviously, 38. Or you might be able to do 38 special, but definitely not 38 with that large block. But I'm thrilled, so I'll throw this up there, and hope that was informative. So I'm pretty pleased. It's a big difference from before. There was powder everywhere. It was all over the floor. And there we go. That's 100 rounds. And let me get that plate down. And there's hardly anything on it. I mean, there's actually more debris from the cases. You know, where you get little metal shavings. But powder-wise, it's pretty darn clean. So I'm thrilled.